Hey, welcome back, everyone. Wow, let's talk about that trailer reaction video. That got a crazy response from it. That's awesome. I really appreciate everyone who's watching it, and I'm very excited. I did not expect it to pick up that quick. So today, we're gonna do a little bit more breaking down the trailer and kind of talking about the what we see in it and what we don't see in it. So we're kind of gonna go shot by shot. We're not gonna watch it again, but we're kind of gonna go shot by shot of it. Um, this scene right here, I got. Hold on, let me. Jacob Turner, thank you for pointing out the one of the theories going around about this, that this is, um, this river sequence is Egwene's like coming of age as she's becoming like a woman within the two rivers, which we don't get to see in the book. But I am really excited that they are taking some of these scenes that we kind of have in the background of the story and bringing them to the front for us to actually be able to see. Because the first book of the Wheel of Time, The Eye of the World, the first, like, I would say half of the book is Rand's perspective, basically. And then after that, it splits off, and we kind of basically get a bunch of different character perspectives, primarily focusing around the main cast of characters. So, Egwene, Nynaeve, Matt, Rand, and Perrin. Um, let's see, what else we got? Still the river scene. So I'm imagining this is the Mountains of Mist. This is probably a shot of the two, like a wide shot of the two rivers. Still super pretty. Emmons Field, which we kind of talked about yesterday a little bit. More in the tavern. Kind of doing the I expect the first episode, by the looks of this, to be very much focused around, um, as most stories do, setting the normalcy before breaking it. So giving us, what's going on and what's happening, in these people's average day lives before we get the craziness that's going to come. This looks like, Egwene returning from her, yeah, because her hair is braided now, I think. If I can get into that, maybe it's right there. That's Nynaeve. But this is probably the success of like her trial. I'm trying to see, what do we got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 horses. I mean, I think there might be a sixth one here. And I think that horse is white, so that's probably more rain. Wait, no. Maybe there is only 5. I do imagine this is the scene of them leaving the two rivers after the fight with the Trollocs in the beginning. Okay, I want to know who this is. Let's just do a quick cast of the Wheel of Time. Okay. This has to be Tam, right? This looks a lot like the actor for Tam. Oh yeah, this scene here. So I had a friend bring this one up to me. Um, let's just say I'm gonna say this is foreshadowing. I'm not gonna say what it's about because I don't want to spoil stuff for other people. But there's some foreshadowing for Egwene moving forward here for sure, which is cool to see. I mean, there is that foreshadowing within the book too. It's just not. We don't get a visual like that within the book. It is set up though. I believe in the first book. I'd have to go back and like get the actual lines, but that would be I'm like 90% sure that is set up. So we've definitely got Tarvalin and the White Tower, Dragon Mount, which is cool shot. We get Moraine with the hood drop. I'm assuming this is when she first comes to the Two Rivers, being like the stranger from out of town. More voiceover from the river scene into the hull of the tower, which should be... Hi, cat. I'm interested to know what this scene is actually going to contain for the story, because this is the scene that I think is going to be the most divergent from the books. We don't get the Hall of the Tower until book 2 or we don't get Moraine in the Hall of the Tower, I think, until much later. So unless this is in the past, I'm interested to know how they're gonna weave this and what's gonna happen here. Amerlin's seat. What is... Okay. Moraine being healed. I want to know who this is. That looks like green cloth, so I'm wondering who it actually is from. I'm assuming from the Green Aja. We get the Red Aja. So I know that Logain has been cast for the first season. I assume that's what this scene's gonna be about, is them going after him. Because I'll get to what I don't see in the trailer as we get to the end of it. This scene I'm still wondering about. Sorry, I'm looking through to see what we got for actors and stuff like that. Because is someone like right in front of her? It looks like there might be like a boot right there. I don't know who this is. With the axe, I first thought it was Perrin, but that's definitely not the actor for Perrin. Okay, here we go. This might be more of like... That's actually what it might be. It might be like he might be a warder, because that looks a lot like Lan, but I don't think that's actually Lan. But this could easily be like them hunting down Logain. A different shot of the White Tower and Tarvalin. Looks like them traveling. Oh, I bet this is I'm wondering if this is when Rand and Matt are kind of separated from the rest of the group and traveling on their own. That might be what this is. Get a shot of Rand using the bow. Could be from the Two Rivers, like while they're still in the Emmons Field and stuff. The beautiful shot of Matt holding the dagger. And then we go right into, that looks like the three of them in Shutter Logoth. Them running. Probably trying to escape Mordith. Oh. Ooh, I kind of skipped over this shot. Is that in the first book? Did I just like totally like not think about that? The is this like supposed to be one of like the captured Aiel? Interesting. Pairing with the wolf. Gwen and Rand. This looks like it's gonna be in. Is that can't be in Shadow Logoth, right? I don't know. I'd have to. I feel like this is a scene I'm gonna need some more context for. The reason I don't think it is, I mean, like the ruins and stuff look like it could be there, but like the light coming in. I mean, it could be during the day there, but like I'm expecting that whole sequence to be like really dark. But maybe this is like prior, before nightfall and before they go out and like adventuring and stuff, and it's like, oh, this is totally fine. There's definitely nothing bad that's gonna happen here. Dancing in Emmons Field for sure. Into the shot of, I'm becoming more and more convinced that this is definitely like all these sequences are probably to do with Logain. I would imagine. Because like the bodies in the circle. I might be wrong. I might be totally wrong on that. Because that does not, we don't get to see any of that in the book. The Logain sequence is basically just talked about, and then we get to hear about it, or we don't get to see Logain until much later in the first book, and it's very brief. But I know that, like, I think it was one of the showrunners had said, I think I saw in an interview, one of the showrunners had said that like Logain was like one of their favorite characters, and so there's a good chance that we might get more of him, which I think would be really cool, because Logain is a really cool character. Ooh, all right, just weave that in there. That almost looks like a drawing, like a concept art rather than like an actual shot. That's like very brief. A lot of the things that you're going to see too, a lot of circles and the Wheel of Time. That's a huge concept in the book. That's kind of how time moves in a circle within this world. So like everything repeating and having, different meanings and stuff, or like circular meanings, is very common. Super creepy shot. Lan with someone here. I don't know who that is. Trollocs. Cool shot. There's so many little like things hidden in here. Okay. Let's get to it a little bit. So this is this a battle in Emmons Field? Yeah, that's what it looks like, right? Because there's fires going on, they're running. Which I'm interested to know how they're gonna do that then, because a lot of setup for Rand is done in the beginning of the book, because he's not in Emmons Field when it's attacked. He's back at his farm with his dad. And they're kind of coming, they get attacked and they're coming to town. So I'm interested to know this change here. This is definitely one of the Forsaken. One of the, or no. Is that Logain? I think that is. That's really interesting. Yeah, because the only reason I caught that is because in the next shot we see um the woman of the red Aja. I don't know which one she's gonna be playing. Elida, maybe? No, because Elida. There's a lot of character. One thing you got to know about the Wheel of Time: there's a ton of characters in it, so it's sometimes it can be hard to keep track of. Okay, let's just see if we can. No, that's not what I want. I just want some pictures. Oh god, there's so many people already. Let's see. I actually think that is Elida. Wow, I can't believe I called that. I'm so good. Just kidding. I've just read this book a lot. And very recently. For another time. Shot at Nynaeve in the forest. It looks like them leaving the tower. Okay, I think that might be. Sorry, I'm like trying to like. Let's go back here. Yeah, that might be Swan, the Amerlin seat. Probably talking to Moraine in private. Trolloc shot. Them running through the woods, so this is probably when they're escaping the two rivers, I would imagine. That's probably the battle at the two rivers, maybe? What's this little shot here? That's probably more. Yeah, I think this is. I'm like more and more convinced that this is a battle with Logain. That they're probably going to show us. I talked about this a little yesterday. Likely, this will be. They fight Trollocs while they're on the run, and there's like a battle that they have. So this might be setting up for that, maybe? Okay. Ooh. Yeah, so that's probably the boys being kind of stalked by the shadow already. And then we've got Moraine at the Battle of Emond's Field, calling down lightning, which is cool, and I'm very excited to see. Okay, so there's a lot more in this trailer than I initially thought there was yesterday. Like going shot by shot, there's like quite a bit, and I probably skipped a couple shots even. So let's talk about a little about what we don't see in the trailer, which one thing that I already kind of figured and knew about was no Ogier. So no Loyal, which I think they've already talked that they're probably going to cut the Ogier from the series, at least from season 1 for sure. So we'll see if they add them in later. I get it. That's a lot of special effects. You're already doing a lot with magic and stuff like that, and with like Trollocs and a bunch of other stuff. So I'm not surprised, I guess I should say. We also don't see Camelin in this trailer, which is a pretty big part of the first book. We see a lot of Tarvalin in the White Tower, which isn't in the first book, but not any Camelin shots, which is where a lot of characters intersect and meet. Um, looking through, I was looking through the cast list earlier, and I'm looking through it again right now. Basil Gill. That's who I'm thinking of, right? Yeah. So Basil Gill's been cast, and he's the innkeeper at the Queen's Blessing in Camelin. So, just sorry, I gotta look through some of these other castings and see just if they've got. Because they don't have a casting for Elaine, which means that she might not just be in the first season. So there, I mean, one thing I think people should be prepared for is like they are definitely going to change things, and I think we all knew that. If you are a fan of the Wheel of Time before seeing this trailer and getting excited for the show, um, there's a just I mean there's just a massive amount of things even within the first book. So I expected them to change a lot of stuff, especially since we're only getting 6 episodes for the first season. Now, one thing I'm wondering, as I've looked through this and see what we're not getting, because we're not getting a whole lot of Camelin stuff, like characters from that other than Basil Gill, so that could always be like we get to see Moraine coming to the Two Rivers, or something along that lines, maybe. Oh, we do have a casting for Loyal. Okay. I don't know how they're going to fit all this. Wow. I did not. I expected them to just cut Loyal from the first, at least from the first season, maybe introduce him later on. That's crazy. But I still don't see a casting for Elaine or Queen Morghese. So, like, there's an iconic scene in the book with where Rand gets to see Logain for the first time that I doubt they put into this season for sure. But I think I feel what's likely to happen is the conclusion of the first season is definitely not going to be what it is in the book, which is at the Eye of the World. One, because I think you don't really need it, to be honest. I don't think that. I think that's kind of forced into the book to begin with a little bit, so I don't think you really need that in the show to have like a good conclusion to the first season. My thinking is that they are going to add in a lot of stuff about Logain and some other interesting backstory stuff. So we might actually get some stuff. I don't want to say we're going to get some stuff from New Spring, but we might get a little bit of that in this first season. And then maybe the first season, kind of breezes through a lot of the first book stuff, and we kind of conclude in a different way than we do in the book. Maybe we conclude with a trying to think. maybe we conclude in Camelin. That might make sense because then we'd have Loyal set up, and Basil Gill would make sense to set up there. So maybe like the conclusion of the first season is going to be setting in Camelin? Don't know. I definitely think we're gonna need to see how they pull this off. I'm very excited for this show, though. I think that I know Sanderson has said previously, a while ago, I believe I read a piece that he talked to he was like, I don't think he was directly working on the scripts, but he was reviewing them briefly, and he said that things are going to change, but the scripts look real good. So I'm excited to see what they do and what they do change. All right, cool. Let me know what you guys think about this, and this is a bit more of a detailed breakdown of the trailer. We got a few little things that I think we should be thinking about as we move into the story. I am gonna do a couple more videos about not about the trailer necessarily, but about the Wheel of Time, and maybe do a prediction video and do a what you need to know before you go into the first season. So if you have not read the first book, I'm gonna try to do a video that gives a little bit of a breakdown of the information that you might want to know prior to going into the show. I really don't think it's gonna be a ton. I actually think a lot of people can go into this show pretty blind. But I hope that I can help set like expectations a little bit and give some a little bit more context to people that haven't read the book and don't really have the desire to read the book before the first season comes out. So that is going to be it for this video, guys. I really appreciate everyone who's been watching and liking the video. Super grateful. Super just blown away by the reception of the trailer reaction video. So I hope I can do some more videos like this for you guys, and we can do a lot more discussion about definitely one of my favorite series of all time. So I will see everyone next time.